Morning, ladies and gentlemen. We're here with Malcolm and his pup Teddy, who's running way off in the distance, and Champ is trying to keep up. They're making quick friends. Malcolm's informed me that he wants to try some fiberglassing today, which means that today's episode is sponsored by Oldtimer Industries, and we're going to show you how we're going to try and pull off some 6-ounce cloth on the deck, the first piece. I'm excited. It's a big step. We'll do it.
Found a sea in me. Let my eager ego grow inside.
Alright, so the goal here is to lay on a protective coating of epoxy and fiberglass. Now for the last week I've been laying in fairing compound with microfiber, sweeping in and filling in any gaps along with all the woodwork I've been doing, try and get these decks as smooth as I can get without any potholes to begin with, so that there's nowhere for air pockets to collect. Once I get that work done, the next step is to cut the 6-ounce cloth to shape. So you want to lay it in over top of the wood, give yourself nice little spacings on the corners. Either go completely over the corner plus a couple inches, or pull yourself back a couple inches from the corner, so that the next piece can completely cover the corner, and that's the sweet spot. Next up, we do a pre-coat of epoxy. We squeegee it down just so that the cloth has something to stick to, and it helps it saturate the cloth from the underside. Then you lay the cloth down over top, getting it as smooth as possible, and lay another coat of epoxy on top of that. You want to completely saturate the cloth, but you don't want to leave too much in there. I found that Oldtimer Industries marine epoxy is a little bit thicker than some of the other epoxies out there, so you can be a little stingy and you don't have to worry about it drying out too much. Usually with most epoxies you have to kind of put a little bit more on than you would normally, just to ensure that it doesn't dry out. But in this case, it's kind of what you think is what works, and this epoxy is very forgiving, so it's a lot nicer to work with. I'm going with the double gloving technique. Shout out to Sailing Uma for showing me this one. Very useful. Very, very useful.
Broke the rules and counted 17. It ain't easy when you do nothing right. La 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 la. La 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 la.
Alright, the glass came on pretty smooth. I'm super grateful to have Malcolm here helping me out, because it is a bit of a handful. Wouldn't you know it, the first day that I'm actually out here laying down fiberglass again is the first day that we have a decent breeze. So because we have that decent breeze and that decent lunch, we're now going to set out and try the Cal 20 at least around here the bay and get a little bit more practice in, because I finally got at least 10 knots, so I'm gonna enjoy it. Champ! He's just ass slid right into the rails. Alright, well, we were out there in some gusty, kind of unpredictable winds. I had a bit of a tough time keeping the sails full sometimes. A few accidental jibes here and there, but it's all part of the learning process. It's nice to have that opportunity to learn unabated, and then every time I come back, Will there's got a couple more tips for me. Oh, you should try this next time, or try that next time. He's a great teacher. Nice to have him around. Alright, we thought we'd take a little bit break from the boat because we did a lot of good work there. That glass went down super smooth. I'm super happy about that. We're gonna check out Gabriel Island's petroglyphs. I didn't know this, but we have petroglyphs on this island. Apparently we got a little bit of everything on this island, except fast food. So we're gonna go check them out. I don't know. I'm consistently blown away by what this island has to offer. What is it? The carvings in the floor?
Yeah.
Whoa!
That can't be natural.
No way. Man, that must have taken ages.
But it looks like a cartoon character.
Yes. Weird.
Like a fish or something.
Wow.
It's so trippy because it's literally like finger space. Right? What are these flats?
Go get him, Jim.
For all of our conversations to groove inside a loop feeding back.
Back aboard the boat, things are cooling down. That epoxy's setting up real nice. And I've got a little task that's been daunting to me recently. This is the laptop. I bought this thing 5 years ago and it's completely falling apart. But I don't have the money for a new one, so I'm gonna get this thing keep going a little bit longer, and we're gonna fix this hinge. Maybe a little bit of epoxy, maybe some screws. We'll see what we can do. Bien. There we go. Now I can continue editing episodes. Yeah! It's good as new. Just a couple little screw holes in the back. No one even noticed. Oops.
We're starting off today by fixing some of the minor imperfections in the epoxy. As you can see, there's some micro air bubble. There's a few spots where the glass wasn't saturated enough, and so we've got a little bit of extra space in there. Most of the time I can just layer it on, but every once in a while I need to use a little needle and puncture a hole so that I could fill it with epoxy.
Here it is. Look at this thing.
Keep working at it.
Wow. Vern, this is the
better shape than I thought it was.
this is the nicest thing you've ever owned, Vern. Jesus, look at this thing. Oh. That is a yeah, I know, champ. Look at it. It's gorgeous. So this is Vern's new dinghy. How much did you pay for this? 1,800 bucks. And he wanted one
They
that
were
folded.
4,000 for the whole kit.
Hey, come on, buddy.
Ain't too bad, I guess. But
Sit. But it's a folding dinghy, and it just fits
Stacking,
once
they call it, yeah.
stacking. And once you get your mounts for it on your deck of your boat, it will fit just between your anchor winch and the mast, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But look, I can't. That's a real sailing dinghy, man. That's the real deal. So it's actually two boats, both of them watertight, right?
yeah.
And then with a seam that you can just bolt in the middle here. Look at these little tiny chunks.
But it's actually well made.
It's mast stepping day here at Vern's place. That's a big mast for a dinghy, Vern. You gonna race this thing or what?
Well, long ways to Hawaii, you know.
Right, so off camera I got a coat of clear coat on these guys. But so far I like the color, but texture wise it's still quite a little rough. And I'd like this boat to really feel nice on bare feet. So I'm really excited to get it smooth, organic feeling, but yeah, get all that roughness off. So we're gonna sand it down with 160 grit and then give it another coat of clear coat.
Up to meet her 4th of July. I'm gonna act a bit surprised, but I know that she's wrong. I've got an eye on 4th of July. My clothes open while I be back on my throne. I've got no money or time to fight, but I'll give her a ride when she decides to leave our kingdom. I've got no money or time to cry, so she don't wanna see me smile. She can reach me on my phone, and it hurts me.
I really want to thank Malcolm for coming out this weekend. It's been really nice working with him. Chatting boats on social media and YouTube has been nice, and the guy is genuinely very generous. So if you want to see more of Malcolm, and of course his pug Teddy, you can check out their channel, Back to the West Coast. I'll include a link in the description. Malcolm, thanks for your help.
Sometimes to get by when I'm sick of being alone, but she was never really mine if she'd lied, so I'll be alright for a while, even though she won't, and it hurts me, but she don't, says she loves me.